This is Tank's Vlog, March 23rd, 2018, wrapping up today in sports. The NCAA tournament got back into action Thursday night with the Sweet 16 regional semifinals in the South and the West. Down in Atlanta, it was the magic of Loyola once again. Sister Jean gets one more day in the spotlight as the Ramblers beat Nevada 69-68. This has absolutely been incredibly and stunning for Loyola-Chicago. Now, 55 years ago, believe it or not, Loyola-Chicago won this whole tournament. Now, that was a whole different era. That was just before the UCLA run started. Basketball was starting to come out of its infancy. But they've won this tournament before. I highly doubt they'll win it this year. But, geez, they can make the Final Four now. They really can make the Final Four. They've won their 3 games by a combined 4 points. It's just something magical in the air when Loyola takes the floor. They'll be playing Kansas State in the next round. Kansas State took out Kentucky 61-58. This is a 9 seed versus 11 seed. Elite 8 to go to the Final Four on Saturday. Do you believe it? Kansas State. That was just one of the ugliest games I've seen. Kentucky. What is Kentucky? Oh, Kentucky. They turned the ball over more than 20 times. The referees literally just like every 5 seconds. I mean, the referees literally thought they were there. The fans are there for them. They blew the whistle so many times, it was ridiculous. Then you have P.J. Washington. No, please don't give me a free throw. Clank, clank, clank. Clank, 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 clank. And Kentucky just shot themselves in the foot time and time and time again. And Kansas State going on to the Elite 8. Out west in Los Angeles, Michigan, who sleptwalked against Montana, who took a miracle shot to beat Houston, went out tonight and just absolutely crushed Texas A&M. 99-72. Game was never close. Michigan right now looks like they're heading to Final Four. I mean, unless Florida State could pull out another miracle. And Florida State today, another stunner. Knocking off Gonzaga. Gonzaga, absolutely sloppy game. Couldn't hit the 3-pointers in the first half. Florida State was good from beyond the range. And in the second half, Gonzaga, every time they made a little run, Florida State answered. And what you have now is the Seminoles in the Elite 8 playing Michigan. Great matchup for football. Not sure about basketball, though. NBA on Thursday night. The Hornets, they showed up. They still got a slight chance to make the playoffs. And tonight they played, well, were scheduled to play the Memphis Grizzlies. The Hornets were there. There was some team in Memphis Grizzlies uniforms. I don't know if it was the Memphis Grizzlies. All I know is 140-79. You know, there's tanking. And here's what the Memphis Grizzlies are doing right now. Shame on the Memphis Grizzlies. Shame on the Memphis Grizzlies. At least try. Make it look like you're trying. Holy cow. 140-79. Maybe the NBA should hold a tournament at the end of the year the 8 worst teams play, and whoever wins that tournament gets the #1 pick. And it'll be single elimination. It will be played over 3 days, back to back to back, like the college kids do. This NBA tanking right now is at a new level, a new low. And the Memphis Grizzlies have made it a new low. Speaking of tanking, the 76ers, who were the masters at tanking, now this year look like they're going for the playoffs. And they're in good shape. Beat the Orlando Magic 118-98. It was the Houston Rockets needing overtime, but they beat the Detroit Pistons 100-96. The Pelicans of New Orleans downed the Lakers 128-125. It was the Jazz 119-112 winners over the Mavericks. And the Mavericks is a team that's been accused of tanking. At least they're playing competitively. Unlike the Memphis Grizzlies. Shame on the Grizzlies. How do you lose an NBA game by 61 points? Oh, brother. And in a game that was marred by protests outside that caused them to shut down letting people in the game, the Sacramento Kings only playing before a slightly smaller crowd than normal, as a result, beat the Atlanta Hawks 105-90. NHL on Thursday night. It's the team that swallows beating the team that sucks. 4-3 in Philadelphia. It was the Lightning 7-6 winners over the Islanders. It was the Hurricanes 6-5 winners over the Coyotes. The Blue Jackets beat the Panthers 4-0. The Oilers 6-2 winners over the Senators. The Capitals won 1-0 in Detroit. The Maple Leafs took down the Predators 5-2. The Canucks ended a 7-game losing streak and beat the Blackhawks. What a lost season for Chicago. 5-2. The Kings clobbered the Avalanche 7-1. And the Sharks beat the Vegas Golden Knights in overtime 2-1. But with the overtime loss, the Golden Knights now have 100 points on the season. Tonight's 3 stars are Philip Grubauer of the Capitals, who had 39 saves in his shutout against the Red Wings, a 1-0 shutout. Our second star tonight is Muhammad Ali Abdur-Rahkman of Michigan, who had 24 points, 5 rebounds, and 7 assists in their blowout win over the Aggies. And Anze Kopitar, who had 4 goals for the Kings tonight. Today's birthday shout-out goes to the Paris Celtics. Gordon Hayward, who went down in the first game, and Kyrie Irving, who's been injured as of late, but these are the 2 big offseason acquisitions that the Celtics hope can take them back to the NBA Finals. And we take a look back 50 years ago to when UCLA ruled college basketball and won their 4th championship in 5 years, beating North Carolina. So check out the full story of Barstool Sports and Sports Encyclopedia, where sports history lives. Good day.